Falk, so nice to see you again. One of the best things about the book was there's so much about the industrial sector and consumer goods and so on. SAP does not get enough credit for its capital markets, financial, institutional coverage. I was blown away with how broad it is. Summarize for the audience your coverage.
Yeah, it's probably the best kept secret, isn't it, Vinny? when you think about, yeah. So SAP is obviously known for its ERP solutions. So everything around finance, HR, procurement applies also to financial services. But beyond that, we have solutions for customer engagement. We have solutions for customer experience, employee experience, business process intelligence. We have a whole set of technical solutions bundled in what we call the business technology platform. And when it then comes to industry-specific applications, jointly with SAP Pioneer, we have solutions for core banking, core insurance, and financial accounting-specific solutions for topics like accounting for financial instruments on the banking as well as in the insurance side. So in a nutshell, Vinny, we are one of the few vendors that really can serve our customers from the front office to the back office across the different lines of business, meaning banking and insurance, and to a large extension as well in capital markets.
One of the really neat things was how you have so many innovative customers working with you. Insurance companies that are looking at next generation smart cars, and just talk about some of the innovative customers you're working with.
Yeah, let me give you an example from South Africa. Yeah, and it's a company called Discovery. They started in the insurance space and became the most successful life insurance company in South Africa by really focusing on the health of their customers. So they incented their customers to live a healthy lifestyle. If they do it, they get better insurance rates. Now, after a couple of years, once they have conquered the insurance market side, they decided, let's start a bank. And they made up their mind, okay, what should be the theme for the bank? And they said, we try to build a bank where we incent financial health, because with financial health comes normally financial wealth as well. Yeah. And similar to what they did on the insurance side, they incented their customers on good financial behavior. So meaning pay your bills on time, save money, be insured. Yeah. Think about long-term investments. Yeah. Things like that contribute to your score. And the better your score is, the better your rates again. And this is a highly analytical model, which is powered by our in-memory database capabilities, so that every customer gets a new score once a month, and the conditions are updated, and they drive then really financial behavior. And more than the rates itself, from my perspective, Vinny, is that it drives the right behavior.
Right. Yeah.
That's the key of it. Yeah. This is the most benefit the customer get from it. And it is a great example how you make banking and insurance sticky in a digital world, how you create that customer loyalty. And they combine their own offerings now also with a very interesting and compelling loyalty program, where they have a huge partner ecosystem that contributes to their objectives on the insurance side as well as on the banking side. So that's one example where I believe technology supports new business models, highly analytical business models. The other area is more from the capital market side. When you think about Deutsche Börse, Deutsche Börse is one of the leading stock exchanges in Europe and one of the largest globally. And they declared to be a front runner of cloud adoption. So they saw early that adoption of innovation gets much faster and much easier in the cloud than on-prem. And they have moved their entire portfolio into the cloud. And by that are one of the most innovative stock exchanges around the globe. A great example, you know, how technology can support ambitious business models, and also the specifically in the capital market space. Obviously, it's a highly analytical model. It's a highly scalable infrastructure that is needed, a highly secure infrastructure that is needed, and all that, you know, is proof of the latest technology we can offer to our customer.
Falk, you mentioned in a digital world, every company is having to think differently, right? What are you hearing from banks and insurance companies and your capital market customers? What are their objectives to succeed in a even more digital world? They've been doing it for a while, but this is a hyper digital world.
Yeah, you know, I think there's mainly four things that that keep the CEOs and the CIOs and all the C-level of our financial service customers awake at night. The first one is customer experience. So in a digital world, it is very important to have a superior customer experience. If you don't provide a superior customer experience, a simple, highly automated, highly personalized, experience, you will not be able to compete. Yeah, what you have done in the past is not good enough for the future. There will be new entrants. There will be new players from other industries. There will be fintechs, new companies coming up, and you compete with them. In a digital world, it's not about how many branches you have. In a digital world is, are you at the respective ecosystems, social platforms, websites, where your customers make a decision? Customers don't necessarily log into your homepage anymore. They do that if they are customers, but what about all the non-customers? How do you reach them? Yeah. So the customer experience is a very important piece, and that's number one. Number two, how do you get to a good customer experience? And that's something financial service providers, banks, insurance companies, and capital market firms, quite frankly, can learn from other industries. So when you look at some of the digital champions in other industries, one thing they all have in common: they are very good with data. Now, financial service institutions by nature are very good in handling large volumes of data. Yeah? But they are not necessarily the best in data insight and data intelligence. So getting the knowledge out of that wealth and depth of data. And that's exactly, you know, where data intelligence kicks in. And that's the key to provide these personalized services, to make it compelling to the customer to decide for a new insurance contract, for a new loan or leasing contract, or for a new offering around your portfolio. The third one is operational excellence. So I mentioned the fintechs. So the fintechs and everyone who starts a bank or an insurance company, they will start it digital only, in the cloud, no legacy. Yeah. And they will have a very lean IT landscape. Yeah. A very capable, very lean IT landscape. And by definition, they have an advantage on the cost side against the established player. And that's what you're up against. Yeah? At the end of the day, you compete with these players. And if you don't have in mind today as an established player to attack your legacy infrastructure and think about how the future will look like, and I mentioned earlier Deutsche Börse and how they made the move to the cloud, then it will be very difficult over time to keep up. with these upcoming and fintechs that finally gain market share. And the fourth one, now that's something that is near and dear to SAP's heart, obviously, is everything around financial insight and control. That will remain. Yeah, we are in a regulated industry, and it benefits a lot the established player. But don't forget, there are a lot of things, where you don't necessarily have the same scrutiny and regulation. And therefore, financial insight and control, and not just when I speak about financial insight and control, it's not just reporting about the transaction you have done yesterday. It is about forward-looking financial insight. It's about simulation. It's about planning, forecasting, yeah, and making sure based on certain parameters in my scenario, I can predict the future as precise and fast as possible. And not just, every year as part of the planning cycle, but really, if necessary, intraday. Specifically, obviously, on the capital market side, you can imagine that these kind of scenarios are very important. Yeah? But it is true for the entire industry, as we have seen with many examples over the past decades. So this is something where I say financial insight and control will remain and will be a key asset for financial institutions to do a good job.
Falk, that's a very good introduction to the chapter. We will introduce readers to a lot more case studies and other examples we had there. Thank you.
Have fun reading, and my pleasure to be with you, and thank you for having me.